Hey friends, I am Nichole Lee. I am Starseed Intuitive. Hello. I hope you are doing just so well this morning. As always, my videos are timeless, so whenever you see this, whenever this shows up for you on your feed, there is a message here for you. And today's a little different. This is not just a tarot reading, so I have a really important conversation to share with you guys. So I had a really hard time sleeping last night. I lay there, and it just wasn't happening for me. I was not sleeping. So I started talking to Spirit. And at the time this conversation started, I was laying on my back, and I had one hand on my solar plexus and one hand on my heart chakras. It's the way I happened to be laying at the time. And they started talking to me about bridging the gap, is what they called it. And they actually showed me a visual of like a little bridge between the solar plexus and the heart chakras. So the solar plexus is the last of the lower chakras, right? And the heart is the first of the higher chakras. So this bridging the gap, this idea of bridging the gap is all about connecting our spiritual with our physical, right? Bringing our spiritual more into our physical lives. And this is done, there's so many ways we can do this, right? Ritual, intention, and attention are the things that they told me, the top three things. Ritual, intention, and attention, right? Ritual, I mean, you can take this as deeply as you want to. Everything can be a ritual. You know, the clothes that you wear, which foot you step into the shower with, right? Anything can be a ritual if you make it so. Intention is also really important with this, right? Because if you have the intention, of connecting your spiritual and physical life more, that's helpful. And then attention, right? Because energy flows where attention goes. So this is very relevant to the readings that I've been doing. The things that they've been coming through in the readings is all about getting back to yourself. And the thing with this bridging the gap, and they also showed me some of us already have this bridge, right? But widening the bridge, opening the channel wider, right? And the thing with this, it's really important to know and acknowledge that our world, this world that we live in, I love it so much, is full of distractions. Some of these distractions are intentional to keep us from that alignment. But it's really important to know and acknowledge that. So by knowing and acknowledging that this world is so full of distractions, then it kind of becomes clear that for this bridging the gap, what needs to be done, the most important and effective thing that we can do on this awakening path is continually throughout the day realigning. Because we are humans. We are souls having human experiences, and this human world is full of things that pull us off of our path, that pull our focus, right? So many things, millions of things every day. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. But the work right now, the most important and the most effective action that we as people who want this deeper spiritual connection can do is to realign often, every day. And it's with the focus, it's with the intention, and it's with paying attention to our attention that we do that. And, you know, really the whole point of this, and this was a really long conversation, and it was the middle of the night, so it's, you know, I don't really remember word for word, but the whole point of this bridging the gap, of this merging the spiritual with the physical, is because the more aligned we are, the more connected we are, the easier and faster this ascension process can happen for us. And I don't even like to use that word ascension because it's become such a buzzword. And I don't mean it in the buzzword sense. I mean it in the, if you are here watching my readings and you are following me in any way, shape, or form, you are on this path of awakening. You are on this path of glowing up, right? Spiritual awakening. You just are, because that's what I'm all about. So if you're here, then you understand what I'm saying. But truly, and another really important takeaway to this conversation is it's this paying attention, this bridging the gap is all about turning back to ourselves. Because, and this is important, I even wrote it down so I wouldn't say it wrong. The most effective guidance or advice that we will ever receive, that we will ever get, comes from within and our higher self. Right? Because it's so easy to look outside of us for guidance. And I've had my phases where instead of tuning in and trusting myself, I've looked out there and gotten reading after reading after reading from other people. There was a while there where I was getting a lot of readings from other people instead of trusting my own guidance. But this constant realignment every day, right? You get distracted, something happens. Okay, take a breath. Back to self, right? Do it 1,000 times a day if that's what it takes. And the more we practice it, the easier it gets as well. So this process of bridging this gap between the spiritual and the physical, not only will it make this ascension process so much faster and easier for us, but it will also, we learn how to trust ourselves. And we hear and feel and receive. We're all receiving guidance all the time, right? Our friends are always supporting us, always, all the time, no matter what. But it's a matter of hearing it, of being able to clearly receive to where you understand. That's a different matter. And it's the even bigger part of that is trusting yourself. And that's a really big part of it. And that's the piece, when I was getting all those readings from all those people back then, that's the piece that I was missing. I wasn't trusting myself. I wasn't trusting that I was receiving accurate guidance, that I was receiving clear guidance, right? So by practicing this every day, by continuing to go within, by continuing to refocus, recenter, right? Pull it back in. No matter what's happening out there, pull it back in, right here, right here. Right here. Pull it back in. This fosters trust, and this builds relationship with our higher self. This builds and deepens our connection with our guides who are constantly giving us information. So this is the most effective action that we can take. There are so many distractions. Not all of them are actual physical events. Some of these distractions out there are energetic things that are happening all the time, unbeknownst to us, related to our technology and stuff. And then, it doesn't make it impossible. It just makes us have to work a little bit harder. We just have to work a little bit harder in order to forge that connection, in order to truly, deeply connect with our spirit, with ourselves, our true selves. It's not impossible. We can all do it. And the awareness is all of it. The awareness is 90%, maybe even 95%. What we actually do to come back to center is only a very small portion. The awareness is the biggest part. So that was really important for me to share with you guys. It's been all night long that I've been thinking about this and talking to Spirit about this, and then all morning thinking about, okay, what am I going to say, So I'm glad to have it out. So let's see if there's any other information that wants to come through. Excuse me. There you go. The Hermit. It's number 9. The number 9 has been coming up a lot for me lately. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. And the 9 is about wrapping things up, basically. Like wrap it up. Because the 10 is an ending. So it's so close to the end, to the goal, to the completion. But the Hermit is all about going within. The more you go within, the more you shine your light, the more is available. The more light is available, if that makes sense. What do I mean when I say that? I mean, when we use our connection and our gifts and start to receive the messages that are coming in, more become available. It's like practice makes perfect, right? There's no such thing as perfect, but it's like practice makes perfect. The more you use it, the easier it gets, the better it gets. So as we are going within, we are learning to trust ourselves. We're learning to trust the guidance that we're receiving. We're learning to trust the feelings. We're learning what it feels like when we're getting a message. What does it sound like? How do we receive messages? How, because that's another thing that they want to talk about. Don't try to compare your gifts with someone else's, right? Like, Spirit's like, okay, well, we're giving you messages. We are clearly communicating with you, but you want to hear it in a different way, or you want to see it in a different way. So it's really important to kind of be non-attached to the way that it comes through, and to really just allow it to come through how it's coming through for you. Because these bodies are antennas, right? And the guidance, the information, the downloads, everything comes in all the time. But we all have different ways of receiving it. So, as we practice, I'm so sorry, excuse me, throat chakra stuff, huh? So as we practice going within, we practice receiving this guidance, this information. This light grows. And this, if you'll notice, this is an 8-pointed star, the same as the one that's on the star card. So the star card is all about hope. It's all about vision. It's all about that connection, your true north, right? So the more we do this, the more we bring it back, the more we pay attention, the more we intentionally come back to center. The more we intentionally come back to center, the more this light grows. The more this true north grows and lights your way. The more you become unstuck, the more you move forward. Because this star can light your path forward, your true north, right? The more we practice this coming back, this bridging the gap, right? This living with ritual and intention, the more we practice, the more we have faith in our path, in our journey. We know what to do next. And if we don't know right at this moment, then we trust that we will when it's time to do something, right? So there's a lot of feeling right now of, as I said those words, kind of surrender and flow, right? Riding the waves of life. 6 of Cups. So the 6 of Cups, you're protected. We're safe. It is safe for us to connect with ourselves. I think a lot of us have traumas brought in from past lives where maybe it wasn't so safe for us to live in our divinity. It's safe now. This is not those lives anymore. It's safe for you to express your divine truth. And as I said those words, I saw it was like a crown of light. It was really cool. Kind of like the crown chakra, except it was like an actual crown made of light. It is safe for you to express your divinity, to live your truth, to walk this path of alignment. It's safe. You are protected. That's exactly what on this card, on the Six of Cups, this guard right here, that's what that message is saying. This guard is here. They're safe. They're protected in this garden. And this is also, you know, we've got a rainbow here. There's big harmony, deep harmony vibes. And it's gifts from the universe. This life is a gift. Being here, being in this place of knowing is privilege. Being able to walk this path of alignment, knowing that we have the choice and the ability to change our lives is privilege. Believe it or not everybody thinks like you. Not everybody has the same understanding. In fact, I think it's a pretty small percentage of people who get it, who know the truth that we are limitless, that we are protected, we are always connected and aligned, and we can tap into that wisdom. I don't think very many people know that. So that's something to be aware of. We are in a place of privilege by living these consciously intentional lives. And that's really beautiful. That is something to really appreciate. Truly. It's wonderful. So, this life is a gift, right? She's giving flowers. Flowers represent abundance. They're, you know, and the thing with living this way, living in this alignment, when you are more aligned with your spirit, when you are allowing that energy to flow through you, all the physical 3D things kind of just come to you. Like, the struggle like disappears, right? And then we get the King of Swords. So my eye is really drawn to these birds here. So it's like a freedom. Yeah. The more we practice this, bridging the gap between the physical and spiritual, the more free we become. We are cultivating that freedom for ourselves and our lives. Because truly, it's like they just showed me a key, like an old-timey, really cool key, unlocking a door. It's like it unlocks. It unlocks the richness of possibility that exists in this physical world for us. So the King of Swords. The King of Swords is ready. He's ready to go. Swords are the mental suit, right? The King of Swords is very intelligent, sharp-witted. But look how serious he looks. So as I was noticing that, looking at this card, I was kind of feeling like, make sure you have fun. You can have the clarity and the ready-to-go-ness and the intention and all of these things. You can do all of that and be lighthearted and look for joy and play. You know, smell the flowers. You can do both. And it's important that you do. Because if you think about it, our soul, our spirit, that non-physical part of us, it's all about joy. It's all about fun. It's all about how can this be as good as it can possibly be in this moment? How can I have more fun? How can I feel really good? How can I laugh? What can I do that will just be the most fun in this moment right now? What can I do to make this moment amazing? Right? That's kind of the vibe of it. And it's kind of. But it's lighthearted. Our soul is not dense. Our soul is not worried. Our soul is not doubting itself. So the more we practice, right, it's all about balance. It's balance. It's a balancing act. That's what this is. That's what this process of bridging the gap, of bringing our spiritual down to our physical, it's a balancing act. I mean, there's unlimited potential, right? This infinity symbol here. The sky's literally the limit. The only limits that exist are the limits that we place on ourselves. So it's all about paying attention. As I've been saying, this video is much longer than my normal videos, and it's gone much deeper than my normal videos do. But I think that was intentional because they really wanted me to share this message with you guys. It's just something to pay attention to. This is not something to stress out about. This is not something to, I'm not doing this, this is not that at all. This is just something. Where is your focus? What is your intention? What kind of rituals do you have in place for your life? This is just an opportunity for introspection. If you want to improve and you want things to change, I feel safe promising you that if you start to implement, and think of it that way, right? If the physical image helps you, think of your solar plexus and your heart chakras and a little bridge between them. I can see hammering away, making this bridge, building this connection, allowing this spiritual to spill into the physical as often as I can remember to do it, right? So, I think that's the message for today. I love you all so much, and I thank you so much for being here with me today and always. And let me know. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. How do you feel? How does this hit you? How does this resonate for you? And as always, if you'd like to book a personal session with me, because obviously this is a collective reading, this is not personal, let me know. Comment the word session, and I will either DM you or reply with the information to book a session with me. I would be honored to help you on this path, on this journey, on this obstacle course that is life, right? So anyway, you can either book at starseedintuitive.com or comment with the word session, and I'll get you the information. I am sending you so much light. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. I know this video is way longer than my normal videos, but I hope you just have the best day. Take care.